Welcome, beautiful women, to day 5. Oh, it is just me today. PETA went solo on Wednesday, and I am going solo today, but of course, with Dominique here holding space. And today we are spiraling deeper into self, and this is the realm of sovereignty. And this is about our leadership being self-held, self-sourced, self-led. And this is when we remember that sovereignty is not separation. Okay, how do we have sovereignty actually help us to connect with sisterhood, where we will be spiraling next on Monday? So, how do I stay connected to myself while also being connected to others, connected to the whole? So we are going to drop into our invocation first. If you have some oil, you want to put a drop into your hands. Let's breathe that in, rubbing your hands together, breathing this in, and coming up and over your auric field. Let's do this 3 times. Oh, I love this scent so much. And then wherever your hands want to land on the body, closing your eyes. And if you can feel, make contact with the floor with your feet, just feeling that. Feeling the breath in the body, feeling yourself arriving here now in this container and into this body. I welcome you as a member for this gathering. I open this circle to share space with you and honor your truth. I hold you as a member today of our sacred space. This is my gift to you. You belong. I am your sister who sees your power and your truth as a leader. I feel and honor your heart. I accept you for who you are and who you are not. Thank you for showing up in this world and today in this circle. Put down your sword, my sweet sister, for I have come to hold your hand. Release your shield, my dear friend, for I now support you safe in my arms. Speak to me, dear one, whispering, shouting, dancing your heart's deepest desires. Cry with me as we again hold each other, swamping in the face of our pain and fears. Illuminate your brilliance, my beautiful goddess, reflecting like the full moon, the sun's explicit offering. Allow me, as you would a child, the dreams that once danced in your night vision. Build with me, my sister, as we roll up our sleeves and dig deep into the fertile soil of our collective good, co-creating together balance, harmony, and peace on earth, a new world of divine feminine leadership. When you're ready, opening your eyes. And we are going to stitch in. And today we're going to stitch in with, what does sovereignty feel like in my body right now? What is that word that can describe how sovereignty feels in your body right now? There we go. Candle lit. Go ahead, put your name into the chat and where you're calling from. Yes, I can definitely share my Step Into My Power song. Here is the song, sisters. Go ahead and stitch into the chat. Here we go. There we are. Grounded, balance. Ooh, lots of grounded. I love it. Yes. Open heart, presence. Mm, yes. Yay! Snow is here. Snowflower. Yay. Peace. Hi, Flo. Wonderful to see you, sisters, here today. Here comes Hazel. Okay. So yesterday we got to do an activation, and today we're going to do another activation. So I'm just going to give you fair warning that we're going to be standing up again, not right now. I'm going to give you a little bit of context, but we are going to be moving some energy again. And I have found that, I just keep feeling into, we talked about this yesterday. We're gonna have a retreat. This retreat's going to be in May. We really are inviting all of our sisters to come. And what was coming through is that this is really a reunion retreat, not just reunion for those who have been here, right? But also reunion with self. And also, there's this piece around sacred union, like how we're weaving all of that together. But what I have noticed is how much when I am on Zoom, I am just more in a passive state, right? If I am at retreat, if I am in the room, like there is a lot more energy, a lot more movement, and it's a lot less passive. It's a lot more active. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just start bringing that onto the Zoom calls. It's so easy. I notice all the Zoom calls that I'm on, like we kind of are getting a little bit lazy. We're kind of getting stuck in our seats. And what would it look like if we just start getting up more, activating our bodies more together? There's just such power in that. Okay, so let's talk about sovereignty before we get into activation and ritual together. And I started earlier with, and some of you might have missed this, sovereignty is not separation. And this is, I think, where, if you think about when we're teenagers, and we've kind of brought the teenager in this week, the teenager in like identifying with self, right? Like there's this individuating that happens, and there's this separating from the parent. And so a lot of times that's actually what's happening for women when we're claiming our sovereignty is it's like this create that space, create that separation. But what if we get to reframe this as it's the ability for me to stay in my own truth here, Tanya's here, in my own truth, without collapsing, without performing, without distancing, without over accommodating or people pleasing, right? And I'm still staying in connection. This is the work. How do I still stay in me without merging into you, but I'm still in connection with you? And, when Peta and I came back together, it was like, this is the thing that actually kind of took us apart is how often, way back 5 years ago, we just kept merging and collapsing into one another. And so when we do that, it like for us, it became this kind of power struggle that we weren't even aware of. It was just completely unconscious. And so now we're able to have some language around this and we're able to notice and keep checking each other on this piece of like staying in our own sovereignty, but staying in connection. And how we do that is naming the things that come up and giving this really deep listening for one another. But when we can stay in this type of sovereignty, I'm grounded. And I love how so many of you said that, right? It's this inner leadership. I'm leading me, right? It's this presence. It's this self-respect. It's this emotional stability, right? And this is this distinction of it's okay sometimes for us to get a little messy with our emotions, especially when we have emotional waves like myself. But there's a difference between messy and sloppy, right? Sloppy, it's like it just kind of it overtakes everything else, right? And then it's like, okay, yes, I can get a little messy here. I can make mistakes, but can I still stand in my core? Can I still be connected to myself versus just spewing it all over, projecting it all over everyone, right? So sovereignty is holding the self, and in me holding the self, I can also hold the room. So when we're talking about circle leadership, right? If I could stay in my sovereignty, I can hold the room. I can hold everyone else to actually then step into their sovereignty. So this is such a powerful distinction here. And can we stay when our pattern is making us want to run, right? We go into flight. So the running or the flight is like, it could be shutting down, it could be shrinking, it could be disappearing, it can be numbing, over explaining, fixing, proving, appeasing, right? So when we can stay in our sovereignty, we can stay with our own truth. Because sometimes it's like, oh, the truth is too uncomfortable. So that's what's having me want to leave. I'd rather not say the thing. I would rather not name it. I would rather not create any conflict because that's the fear, right? So either I'm collapsing into you and I'm merging into you, or I'm gone, right? So this sovereignty is coming. It's like what's underneath our sovereignty? That self-worth. And that self-worth is this inner coherence. So we talk a lot about this word coherence. It's like the coherence within me is everything is lining up. It's all aligned. My thoughts, my words, my action, it's all coming together. I can feel that frequency of alignment within myself. And I know that my voice matters. I'm in my knowing. I'm in my deep knowing, right? My energy is valuable. I deserve to take up space. I don't have to take up everyone else's space, but I could take up my space. It's okay for me to actually share the space with you. I don't need to shrink. I don't need to leave. I don't need to think that, oh, I'm going to put everyone else out. No, we can both share the space. And I'm allowed to need what I need. How many times are we letting everyone else's needs take precedent over our own? And I belong here in this body. It's safe in my body. We did that on day one, right? So, what do I need, right, to now be in relation with you? Okay, I'm safe. If I'm safe here in my body and I want to then be in relation with others, what do I need? This is the sovereignty piece. I've got to get clear on what it is that I need. Can I name the thing? And so this self-worth, this coherence, right, becomes this whole new frequency and allows us to then set boundaries. And boundaries are not barriers, right? Boundaries are for me. They're clarity. They're not keeping separation. They're agreements, essentially, right? So my boundaries are self-honoring, coming from that self-worth. They're self-stabilizing. They're not distance. They're not punishment. It's okay, well, what is my energy available for? And one of the things we started to talk about yesterday was human design, starting to understand yourself and how do I work. And now I'm starting to notice and understand my emotional wave as a generator, right? And so when I'm in the low, okay, my energy is not as available right now. Can I honor that? Now I can create boundaries around that scaffolding for me to come back into more stability. This is my responsibility. This isn't your responsibility, right? So now if we're setting boundaries, we're able to come into this right relationship with each other, right? So, one of the things that I have been noticing within myself is my relationship with anger. Because the moments that I self abandon are the moments when I become angry. And that all of us women are carrying a lot of really deep ancestral rage because of this conditioning of keeping us suppressed and people pleasing and the way in which we have been doormats, and like we inherited all of this, right? Future feminine is like, okay, we don't need to have this rage consume us. How can we redirect this anger? Because this anger is telling me something. This anger is telling me that I'm self-abandoning. This anger is a cue. Now, can I redirect this anger? In not a way that I'm going to now dump this anger onto you, project this anger onto you, but it's like, okay, how do I have that actually have me come back to the self-respect, self-worth, sovereignty to then take care of myself, right? Because some boundary has been crossed, some rupture has happened in my boundaries for me to get upset, right? For me to get angry. And that is what happened to women who could not have a voice in the generations that preceded us. This is the generation. Us now are the ones who are changing that. But it's not by spewing our anger all over the place and creating more war, because anger, like that rage, just creates more war, right? Us versus them. You did something wrong. I'm mad at you. No, let's redirect that anger in a way that is helping me to take care of self, to stand in my sovereignty. So we're going to start with a share of the moment I abandoned in myself. Okay, so we're going to get with a partner. And I want you to think about a recent time or an old time, whatever time comes to mind, where you abandon yourself. This is where you collapsed, where you over-accommodated, where you stayed silent. So let's just tune in that for a moment. Last time, maybe it's the last time you self-abandoned. I just did it yesterday. Wow, yeah, very recent. I caught it, but I did it, right? Okay, and then we get to share. So we're going to name the time when we self-abandon, and then we're going to share what would sovereignty have chosen instead. Okay, so let me put this into the chat. Oops, what am I doing? Okay, so where do you self-abandon? What would sovereignty have chosen instead? So we're going to have a 2-minute share. Partner B, you are just going to receive this share. You're going to beam her, and then you're going to switch. Okay, so 2 minutes each to share. We're not giving advice. We're not reflecting. We're just listening. We're giving deep listening. Okay. We got someone coming in. And Dominique, you've got the breakouts. Okay. Oh, they've already gone. Great. Go ahead. All right. Sherry is here. Amy, are you able to? Sherry, maybe we could put you with room 3. There you go. Sure, if you're able to go with room three with Florence. Oh, Amy went. Okay, never mind. Okay, Dominique, let's share. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, so just yesterday, 2 nights ago, Brent wanted to have this conversation about business, and I told him no. And I said, I have something else that I'm doing in the morning. He then started, and in that moment, I could have said, you know what? No, I'm not available right now. Here's when I am available. But I just was like, okay. And I just started getting really angry during the conversation. I realized I wasn't open because I wasn't ready because my mind was elsewhere. And so it ended up turning into a fight. And we were able to come back and then today we actually had the conversation, which was great. And I was like, look, like, see how much more open I am that I was a yes. And I actually approached him. So what would sovereignty had said yesterday of it would have just said, you know what? Yes, I want to have the conversation with you. No, today I am not ready. And I think it would have actually said like, okay, I'll get you a time by the end of the day of when I can commit and when I will come to you for the conversation. Because there was something about like, it's almost like a threat if he's approaching me when I'm not ready. But if I can come to him, then I am like, it's almost like I'm already giving the permission for it. And I noticed just how much more open I was this morning for the conversation. Um, and I could hear everything that he was saying, which was amazing. All right, that's it. I'm complete. Thank you.
Mhm. For me, where I collapsed, performed, over accommodated, or stayed silent. My aunt came to visit the week before Thanksgiving, and I am not a fan of hers at all. And she came because it was her birthday and she didn't want to be at home with her husband. She lives in Colorado. So my mother graciously accommodated her and had her come here. And my mom did this whole big thing for her birthday, which one did anger me because I'm like, when was the last time I had something for my birthday? Um,
Mm.
but then two, um, I was asked to go to the birthday dinner and I really didn't want to because there was a rupture that we had the last time that she was here. But I felt like I was made to perform
Yeah.
um, and over accommodate her. And I went to the dinner, but I went late. Um,
Mm.
and then I didn't like hug her when I went to the dinner. And I kind of just sat at the opposite end. And I know that I could have, for me, I was already acquiescing because I was like, fine, I'll go to the dinner. Um, but I felt like it was kind of a petulant energy. Like I just showed up, didn't really talk, and I sat at the other end of the table. Um, and I feel like sovereignty would have chosen instead to really state my truth, um, and not felt like the good daughter or the good niece.
Yeah.
And because I showed up and I had bad energy anyway. So if I would have just said, no, I don't want to do that and honored myself, then I would have felt better about myself, that I stood up for myself and also didn't show up with bad energy. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Mm.
complete.
All right, you want to close the rooms? Oh, this feels like such a big one. It's just such an ongoing, continual practice. Hi, Flo. Welcome back. Hi, Amy. Welcome back.
Hi,
Good to see you.
you too. Oh, is everybody like, are we back in session? I don't know what happened.
No, we just ended, but
Okay.
people are coming back over the next 30 seconds.
Nice. Hey, Miss Yes, I've watched all the reviews and all of the replays. They're awesome. You guys have been doing a great job. I'm a 4/6 manifester, splenic. My
Okay.
husband's a projector.
Oh, all right. Welcome back, Valerie, Jenny, everyone. Here we come. All right. One word in the chat. How was that? And does anyone want to share anything that's coming up for you around sovereignty? Any insights that you're having? Affirming. Ooh, we got two affirmings in a row. Connecting, a relief. Amazing, sweet. Yeah. Anyone want to share something that's coming up for them around sovereignty, self-abandonment? Who'd like to share?
I'll go.
Tanya. Yeah.
Um, so when I get myself into these spirals out of control in my head, I pull back, I don't speak, um, appease, and I get myself so worked up that I'm unable to function for myself and for, my immediate family here. Um, and when I do finally speak what I've been wanting to say, it's like, I can breathe, even though this most recent wasn't the outcome that I had hoped for.
Mhm.
I still felt that release and, okay, well, now what are we going to do next? I was able to just move forward with it instead of spinning and spinning and spinning and making myself sick over it.
Yeah. Yeah. We just keep looping. Thank you. Mm. Anyone else? You could put a hand up if you'd like to share just any insights that you're having, any ahas. Who would like to share something? Hazel, here we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Um, that was really nice to do. I didn't realize how much people pleasing I do on a day-to-day basis and how annoyed and frustrated I'm getting over it. I was just saying it's just sticking in my throat. And if I step into my sovereignty, I'm claiming not so much my power, but my time back.
Yes.
My boundaries around my time.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that you're just front and center right now in your Zoom.
Confidence is growing.
Yeah, I know. This woman, when you couldn't even see her on the screen a
I'm
couple
still
years ago. Absolutely amazing. Yay. Um, you know what I noticed and what I hear over and over again from mothers is how much we do for our kids. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the same pattern. So I'm looking at how much more can I delegate and make them responsible for? And it's so great because my husband and I have really been partnering up with this of like the girls do all of the dishes every dinner and they hum and haw every single time. And if I get in there and I'm helping them, my husband will be like, nope, stop. Because it's like, oh, well, it'd be so much easier, right? It's like there's this people pleasing that I'm doing with them. I'm like, what am I teaching them? Right? So it's like all the little things like, okay, laundry. You're old enough now to do your own laundry. You're old enough to do the dishes. You're old enough to contribute. Why is mom doing everything for everyone in the household? We can share these responsibilities. And when I hear other moms who are doing everything for their kids, I'm like, we're just not serving, but we are stuck in this pattern. It is a pattern. And we learned it from our parents or our moms, right? I watch my mom won't let anyone touch a dish. She'll make the whole meal, right? And she'll have a big, huge dinner party. And then everyone's like, how can I help? And she's like, no, no, just leave all the dishes there. I will do the dishes. And we're like, why? It's like no one can do the dishes better than she can. I'm like, what are we doing here? So we have this opportunity to start to reclaim our time and energy, right? And it's like I see my mom get so wiped out after one of these dinner parties. I'm like, well, maybe you could just do half the work, right? Maybe you can just cook. And what if you actually ask us to help you cook? You're not getting any younger, like you're in your 70s now. You don't need to do it this way. But this is the conditioning. Oh, okay. So Elba says in the Latino community, it's the opposite. The children do it all, right? The balance. Yes. Yes. It's like, how do we share that load together? How do we feel like we're all contributing to the family? Right. So yeah, thank you for bringing that. This is a script out of my day. Yes. And dad too. Oh, yes. And the girls get on him. They're like, but dad, you're not doing the dishes. Why aren't you contributing? He's like, well, I'm doing this, this, and this. Right. So it's like we can all see how we are all contributing and working on that. Yeah. All right. So we are going to stand up, sisters. Let's activate this sovereignty in our bodies. Okay. So everyone rise. I got my standing desk working. That was my husband's contribution yesterday. I was like, can you please fix my standing desk? He's like, just remember that this is one thing that I did for you today. I'm like, yes, I remember. Okay. So let's stand tall. Let's roll our shoulders back, just chest out, tits up, they say, right? Like we get to just feel that. And how good does that feel actually to just start rolling your shoulders onto your back, feeling your back muscles, feeling your chest open and expand. So much of the time we're in the shrinking, the rolling our shoulders in. We're on the computers. Let's roll it back. Lifting your heart, letting your spine lengthen, right? It's like this is our way. We get to take up more space in this moment just by lengthening the chest, lengthening the spine, feeling yourself growing taller, taking a breath in. And exhale with some sound. Maybe you want to give a little shake. So let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Let something drop out of your mouth. What do you want to release? Just letting it out with the breath. One more time. Ah. Okay. Now, feet hip width apart. Plant your feet. Feel the earth. Feel your weight. Do a little bounce in the knees. Feel how held you are by the earth. Can you connect with the earth first? And then placing a hand on the belly, hand on the heart, and say, I choose truth. I choose truth. My truth, my voice, it matters. Yes. Okay. So now let's just give a little bit of bounce in the knees. Let that bounce wake up the root. So feeling the root dropping. Let the bounce shake off the ways in which we are over accommodating. We are proving. We are shrinking. We are performing. We are collapsing. We are appeasing. Let's just let that bounce right off. So just feeling, even if you want to like flick that onto the floor, And let's just hear our bodies saying, yep, no more. I am just not available for this, right? I am not available. Not today. Not anymore. I'm right here, standing in my sovereignty. Oh, how does it feel to bounce? How does it feel to feel the root? How does it feel to feel a little looser? Where are we just holding on so tight? So tight in the body. Okay. So now coming into standing again, standing a little bit taller, feeling the tailbone going down, rooting into the earth. Chest is open, head up. And now we get to feel that our sovereignty is not separation. Sovereignty is not distance. Sovereignty is presence. And however you want to feel that within yourself right now, feeling your presence, feeling your clarity, feeling your groundedness, feeling your inner leadership, feeling your self-respect, feeling your emotional stability, feeling your knowing, that deep knowing in your belly, feeling this weight of truth. This is who you are. And you are claiming this field right here, right now. And we are choosing to stay. We are choosing to lean in. So taking a step forward intentionally, like you're stepping into the moment that you typically will run from, where you're avoiding and hiding. And I just don't want to deal with that, right? It's like with my kids, I just don't want to deal with their fighting or their complaining or the loud, like whining. I don't want to deal with it. I'll just do the thing just to get them to shut up. No. I am stepping right here into that moment that I normally run from. I'm standing in my sovereignty, in my truth, and I'm creating, taking up this space right here. I stay. Feel that. I stay. Feel the power of that. And now imagine all these patterns that try to pull you out of your sovereignty, pull you out, shutting you down. You're disappearing, you're numbing, fixing, explaining, appeasing, feeling all that. You could almost like feel the pull, feeling yourself pull. And then let your body show you, what does that running look like in your system? Is it like this? Is it like you're just a chicken with your head cut off? Like, what does that feel like? And just kind of feel yourself being bobbed around by all the people, all the things that are always trying to take everything from you, right? What does that feel like? It's discombobulating. You're off your center, and then boom, bring yourself back to center right here. Feel it. Shift back to center into your knowing. Feel your power rooting down into the ground. Strong feet, strong legs, back to the breath, back to presence. Feel that difference from being yanked around to coming back into your center, into your knowing, grounding, rooting into you and your sovereignty. I hold myself. Say it to yourself. I hold myself. I stay with my truth. I'm not getting pulled around. I'm not getting yanked around. I am here with me first, right here. Let this land. Feel your breath. How does this feel? Can you feel a little bit of pulse in the root? Can you feel the strength in your legs? Rooting down, grounding in. Okay, so now we get to access some fire in the body. So shaking your hands out fast, shaking your arms, shaking your solar plexus, shaking your jaw, shaking the hips. Whatever fire is underneath the freeze, let it rise. Woo! This is not chaos. Let the energy move. This is our reclamation of our fire. So bringing your hands to your belly. Little fire breath. Little tongue out. Ah, maybe there's a little sound that wants to come with that. It's a little kali. Tongues, right? Like the tongue coming out, that lion. Rah. Maybe you even want to do a little roar. And what if we just play with a roar for a second? Rah. Maybe you want to move it around in your jaw. Rah. Feeling our aliveness with a little bit of movement. And maybe the tail wants to swish, and you imagine yourself being a lion right now. Rah. Okay, so let's ask, what truth have I been swallowing? What boundary has been crossed? What fire is ready to move into direction? We get to take any of this fire and put it in a direction. So let's take that strong rooted stance again, and even bringing your hands into fists and coming right next to your hips, coming into this stance, this warrior stance, lifting the chest and imagining all of the ancestral rage that has gotten stuck inside of you. The moments that you and your grandmothers, your mothers, the maternal line got quiet, stayed quiet. The times when we abandoned ourselves, the places where our no was ignored or punished, even. So, feeling the fire rising up the spine, rising up. It's not here to burn us, it's here to point us forward. And even if you want to come into an actual warrior stance, maybe that feels good. Or maybe you just want to point forward and allowing this energy to move. It's our compass, right? It's our cue. We're not shrinking anymore. I'm done shrinking. I'm done overgiving. I'm done being silent. I'm done carrying what isn't mine. Coming into that warrior stance, just feeling yourself in your power as you root down into your legs. Maybe there's a little bounce. Maybe there's just that bend of the knee. Feeling yourself, chest forward. And then we get to just shake it out for a second. And bringing our hands up to our hearts. Let the breath deepen. And coming into the softer power. We don't have to always get loud to be heard. We can be standing in our soft power, in our love and compassion for self and others. My voice matters. My energy is valuable. I deserve to take up space. I honor my capacity. I belong in my leadership. And just feeling that coming over you with soft power, with truth, with knowing. I don't have to prove any of that. Okay, now we're going to play with a boundary. So we get to actually practice boundaries in this moment. And I want you to extend your arms out in front of you, palms out, and just feel. And you can extend them to your sides. This isn't a pushing. This isn't a blocking. It's clarifying. This is your field. So just feeling that boundary. And maybe you even want to go all the way around in a circle. Feel yourself. And you can see through this boundary, right? It's not a wall, it's not a barrier. It's an energetic And so feeling into the space, what is your energy available for? What is it not available for? This is your truth line, right? This is my space right here in my boundary. What am I available for? What am I not available for? So let's think of one thing that you are not available for anymore. So coming back into that grounded position with feet hip distance, hand on heart, feeling your back body strong, feeling that spine, feeling the chest, crown is lifted. This is sovereignty. It's not armor, it's not distance, it's not control. This is our ability to stay with ourselves when the world, when our pattern wants to pull us away. One thing I am not available for is, we'll share that when we come back out of this, but for now, let's take one inhale, arms up. Exhale, pulling our sovereignty into the body, claiming it, vowing for it. It's a homecoming coming into this space. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Amazing. So we're going to come back and we're going to put into the chat, what is one thing you are not available for? One thing you want to claim for yourself in the chat. And I see Flo wants to share a pattern. Now's the perfect time for that. But let's have everyone just go into the chat and share for a second. I am not available for bullshit. Yes, sister. Drama. Doom scrolling. Yes. Control. What would that actually look like for you to no longer be available for drama, right? There was a moment a few years ago. I went to a festival and there was a guy in our house. We had a shared house and it was a whole disaster and everyone's trying to take care of him. And I'm like, not available for this drama. This is not mine. I was the only one in the house that was like, you know what? Not mine. Right? So just noticing when drama starts to come your way, not mine, not available for it, right? You don't have to feel guilty. Projection, rescue. I'm not available for hypocrisy. I'm not available for judgment. I'm not available for whining. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take that one, Flo. Self-doubt, judgment. Yes. Okay, great. Feeling that. Flo, do you want to come on and share now? I know I kind of missed you last time. You could just come off mute and start talking. We'll bring you up here. If you want. If she's here.
Oh, I'm here. I
Yay, there
just
you are.
um I wanted to share a pattern that I noticed and I put it in the chat. I just noticed that uh the voice was stuck and the people pleasing. That's a pattern. Those are patterns that I noticed.
Yeah. And how are you feeling right now?
Um, I feel a little worried, but better.
Great.
Thank
Okay.
you. I'm complete.
Yeah. We're beaming you. You're on, your video's not on, so we can't bring you up, but we're beaming you, sister. Yeah, I'm not available for shaming and blaming. Yeah, exactly. And so when someone does that, you get to say, you know what? Stop blaming me, right? I'm not available for this. Okay, so we are going to end here with this ritual of claiming our sovereign throne. So this is about reclaiming our inner authority in the body. And what I want you to do is I want you to stand in the back of your chair. I don't know if you can see me here. Hands on the back of the chair, just standing behind it. And this is going to symbolize your sovereign throne. Sovereignty is not dominance. Sovereignty is inner authority. It's the place within you that no longer abandons yourself. So just tuning into that this is your throne. This is your seat of truth, your power, your self-leadership. And when you sit, you are choosing to take the front row seat in your life. It's not shrinking. It's not sharing the seat. It's not outsourcing. It's not waiting for permission. How often are we waiting for permission? And so what we're going to do is when you're ready, you're going to come and consciously lower yourself into your chair slowly, like a queen claiming her seat. And when you land, your shoulders are back, your spine is tall, your hands are resting on your thighs. You have a soft, open face with a smile. You can feel yourself grounded, clear in this regal energy, feeling your sovereignty in your spine, in your breath, in your gaze. The sovereign woman, she's not necessarily louder, she's clearer. She's not necessarily harder, she's deeper. She's deeper in her knowing. She's not separate, she's stable. She's here, available, present. So just lifting your chin a little higher, shoulders back, smile on your face. Just think, what am I smiling about? Smiling about me and my power. Like, how does it feel to be sitting in your sovereign power? Can you feel that? Can you enjoy it? Can you feel the joy of it? And then we get to look at each other. So looking at these other women in their sovereignty, right? Look at her as the sovereign woman that she already is. Let's witness each other on our thrones. We get to have our own thrones. This is the new paradigm. This is the future feminine. There's not just one throne. There's one for all of us. How does that feel? Yeah. All right. Gosh, I love this standing desk. Goes up and down, up and down. Delicious, beautiful, fun. Yeah, can we have fun with this, right? Like, get to bring some more fun. I'm always so serious. No, more fun, more joy, more being relaxed in this power. Yeah. So good. So good. Okay. Anyone have anything they want to share in this moment? Anything you want to claim or speak aloud and be witnessed in? We have time for, yes, Elba, bring it, sister.
So it's interesting the topic sovereign has come up because I've been looking into it, and I it sovereign is such a big expansive word, and it has a lot of things to fill in to it. But the one thing that I'm taking away today that landed right in there, and that is inner authority. And when you said that, everything said and when you spoke of all the like who we are, like presence and courage and this. What I saw was, and to feel that, I saw all the versions of myself. Of, okay, when did I felt courage? Oh, this here. When did I felt this way? Oh, it was this moment. And when you said that, now take all of that align into one, and it's did like this. And then when you say inner authority, all of it just became all one. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm complete.
Ah, I love it. Inner authority locked and loaded in the body. Let's beam Elba. Thank you, sister. What a power share there. Yes. Okay, sisters, we are gonna end right on time today. I've got little girls to take to cheerleading, where they are learning teamwork and discipline and all the good things. It is such a blessing. Okay, so what do we got? Here's our companion sheet. Here we got that. Here is our Facebook post. Please go share. I think it's what does sovereignty feel like in your body? And then we got a bonus today for being live. So here you go. It's our dear sister love notes. Yeah. Okay. We're going to take the weekend off. We are going to spiral into sisterhood and the end of the lone wolf on Monday. Oh, this feels such perfect timing to be diving into that topic. So I hope to see you live on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. I love you all. I'm so grateful that you have been on this journey with us and coming live. And then all those who are watching the recording, there's been so many amazing women watching the recording. All right, sisters. Mwah. Go feel your inner authority this weekend. Yay, it has been a fab week.